The WIOA program is a program for individuals ages 14 to 24 with barriers to their employment and educational goals. I have a staff of 5 individuals, and we have about, across all of our programming and including follow-up, about 270 individuals who are serving. So without our Worksite partners, we would be stretched extremely thin with how much individual attention and support we could give everyone. So our Worksite partners are really what helps us to be able to provide paid work experiences and opportunities for additional mentorship and training. On the front end of the program, before we even get into some of the paid work experience type things, we try to give them some of the background skills that they're going to need, post-employment to be able to succeed in the workplace. So we're going to try to cover, mile wide but an inch deep, professional communications, basic work ethic, time management. We'll cover financial literacy, which would be inclusive of money management and budgeting and banking. All of those skills a participant would receive prior to going to their workforce partner.
At Black Belt Pro Fitness, it really opened me up to a lot of opportunities. It allowed me to work with kids, allowed me to see the other side of other kids' stories. It allowed me to inspire the kids. And it also, working here, it allowed me to learn some basic kicks and up my people skills. A friend had told me about it and told me that at my age, 15, that I could start making money. And so I signed up and got to it. This is my second job working through Catalyst. They allowed me to get my driver's license at 16. They helped me with driving school. And they also worked around my schedule because I play sports a lot, so it helped a lot. During the summer, I got to work with kids, open that up for me, my people skills a little bit. It was amazing, really. The kids also changed me, and when I looked at the kids, they also kind of looked up to me and kind of were inspired, and it kind of made me feel good, It made me realize that everybody's different and everybody comes from different places, and you have to cope with different kids differently. You have to treat them differently. And you also have to be open-minded about everything. But I feel like it helped me grow a whole lot, honestly, and it really made me step my game up some.
Well, Aveon I knew was going to be a leader because of his sports pursuits, right? And I've been following him, and interestingly enough, I went to school with his dad, many of his uncles. I know his whole family, and I grew up with them. They're amazing people, such an awesome family. So when I knew that he was coming on board, I knew I was going to have a quality employee here. So when he came on board, we just quickly figured out what he wanted to do here, what we had, as far as job descriptions are concerned and whatnot. And then he just quickly fit in. And I learned that he was even more of a leader than I thought, because he stepped up during that summer camp when we were working with at-risk youth and really provided some mentorship and good leadership skills for the kids. And I explained to the kids all the time, I said, this is a guy that has a good chance of being in the NFL, but you're definitely going to see him playing college football on TV. So they were really inspired by that. To be as successful as he is in football, that usually means you're doing well all around. And that definitely was showcased when he came here, because he was the one that would step up and take care of business when we needed it. One of the things I really talk to the kids about when they come in here and work is just learning to show some initiative on your own and spotting problems and solving those problems. And Aveon was quick to that, whereas some others are a little bit slower, but I could tell from his leadership capabilities that came much easier. I was approached by Catalyst just under 2 years ago to become a Worksite for the program, and admittedly I was ignorant to what that meant. I didn't know what the program was, so I was interested in finding out, and was pleasantly surprised to find out what they were doing with our area's youth. So I was interested and have been pleasantly surprised. Growing up, I remember my first job, and I wish I had something like this that would have prepared me more, because there are so many skills that you're getting from Catalyst through the WIOA program. From the initial interviewing process all the way to some of the resources we get from the employment specialists that come in and help with the employees. I've just learned that this is a really comprehensive program as far as preparing teenagers for workplace environments.
The long-term goal for us, for every participant, would be to reach and then maintain their educational and employment goals. For some individuals, that would be graduate from high school and enter the workforce. Some go on to additional post-secondary education or training. Some do both, and whatever their long-term goal is, we just want to be there and be able to help support them with reaching it. You know, a lot of what we do is focused on those barriers that we had identified earlier as points of entry into the program. My staff, the employment specialist, would be there to systematically remove those barriers. You know, ultimately the goal is for them to become community employable. You know, an individual who's had a paid work experience, that's generally a time-limited service. We're only able through, you know, grant restrictions to offer many hours of paid work experience time. So beyond that, what we want to do is we'd want to give them the skills to be able to go out and independently acquire and maintain their own employment. Success like this doesn't need to be, you know, a rarity. It can be something that can be relatively common. And I'd say we have a lot of other Aveons out there who are kind of our unsung heroes as well. You know, we couldn't be more proud of the participants who really reach their dreams, and we'd love to be able to help more.